Hey guys, this is Spartacus here, and welcome to my top 10 best features in Call of Duty. So I am taking the best features of the multiple Call of Duty games that are out right now, and I am putting them all into this video. These features can vary from any Call of Duty game. It can be from Call of Duty 4 to Infinite Warfare, even though Infinite Warfare is the current Call of Duty game out right now, but some of these features might actually apply to in that game. So anyway, like some of these features are not going to be like the campaign, the multiplayer, and zombies, because those are like features that are going to be standard within the Call of Duty like game like forever basically, and so I'm not really going over like standard features that Call of Duty has. These are really unique features that we don't see in a lot of Call of Duty games, so I thought I'd make a video showing off the top 10 best features in Call of Duty. But keep in mind, you guys, these are all going to be in my opinion, so feel free to disagree and agree on anything that you see in this video. So anyway, enough with the jibber jabber, we're going to get right into the top 10, starting with number 10. At number 10, I am going with Easter eggs because, you know, I know Easter eggs are not an essential thing that Call of Duty needs, but they are so cool to have them in video games, you know, and I love how Call of Duty has Easter eggs, and I always notice them when I'm playing the game. What the Easter egg can be in the campaign, they could be in the multiplayer, and of course even in zombies with like the main Easter egg quests and all that kind of good stuff. Like some examples for Easter eggs could be like on the map Metro for Black Ops 3. And that map, there's a place where you can go to where you can find a whole like refrigerator full of perk bottle machines that are a reference to zombies, right? There's always like these references referring to like something else like in the game maybe, or sometimes like Easter eggs in Call of Duty have references to other video games. Like another example is when you play Black Ops 2 Zombies, and in that game you can pack a punch your weapon twice, and when you pack a punch your weapon twice you might get a red dot attachment on that weapon. Now once you get that red dot attachment on that weapon, it's very possible that the reticule on that red dot sight might actually be the vault symbol you see from Borderlands, which I think is absolutely awesome. I really love Easter eggs in Call of Duty, and they're definitely going to continue them just every single year, you know. Another thing is that on Beach Bog, which is going on right now during the COD days of summer, that if you look up in the air with your sniper rifle, you can see a plane like with a sign that has a quote from the story of Modern Warfare, which I think is really awesome. Same with like the gameplay you guys are watching right now. This is the Gorod Krovi boss battle when you do the Easter egg quest for that zombies map, and it's just, and like if you look at Nikolai, who's the boss you have to fight, he is in a robot that is actually from the campaign of Black Ops 3. Like there's just all these references and Easter eggs that Call of Duty is filled, and sometimes we don't even notice them, and I just love Easter eggs, and that is why I am putting it here at number 10. At number 9, I am going with supply drops. Now, I know supply drops are a really controversial thing in Call of Duty right now, but I think supply drops are a really cool feature in the Call of Duty franchise just because of the cosmetic items. Now, I don't agree with any of like the weapons being supply drops or weapon prototypes or gun variants. All that kind of stuff is a big no-no because it's game changing and it's really unfair for like everybody in the game. But you know, when it comes to cosmetic items and supply drops, I am really impressed with the cosmetic items, you know. Like some of them can be like emblems you'll get, calling cards, weapon camos, which are of course really cool because, you know, so you don't really want to use weapon camos that you get from like completing challenges and stuff like that, except for maybe like gold camo, diamond camo, and all that kind of good stuff. But once you get like a quartermaster camo or a weapon out of a supply drop, not weapons out of a supply drop, weapon camo out of a supply drop, and it's just really awesome, you know. It just seems great, you know. You can use a camo that you earned out of a supply drop and show it off in game and stuff like that. Also in Modern Warfare Remastered, we have things called weapon kits, where what they are is that they change the way your weapon looks. It doesn't actually perform any differently. The weapon still performs exactly the same. Their weapon just looks differently. It's just because like the model is just changed a little bit, which I think is awesome. It's kind of like a weapon skin, which I think is completely awesome. I love the cosmetic features in supply drops, and I really hope to continue with this in future Call of Duty games. But of course, like I said before, the controversial thing is them adding weapons in supply drops, which of course is a big no-no, but that's why I'm putting it here at number 9, is because I think supply drops are a really cool feature. And so anyway, let's go move on here to number 8. At number 8, I have theater mode, you guys, because, you know, I absolutely love theater mode, but most of the community does not use theater mode at all, which I can kind of see why. You see, theater mode is really essential for us YouTubers, because if we don't have our capture card plugged in, but we have like this really cool clip we want to get recorded, but of course our capture card wasn't plugged in, so how are we supposed to get this game clip back? We just go right into theater mode, plug in our capture card, and there we go. We can go back into our previous game and get that game clip back, you know. But, you know, theater mode isn't just about YouTubers trying to actually get gameplay footage that we missed because we didn't have our capture card plugged in. It can also be used for community members as well. Like, if you didn't know how you died for some reason, you're like just thinking this complete BS, how did I die, and all that kind of stuff, well, you can go back into theater mode and see who killed you and look at their perspective and see how things went down, you know, because theater mode is awesome. You can do like anything. You can spectate other people, you can like free roam around, you can go outside the map and free roam around and try and find Easter eggs and stuff like that. I mean, I love theater mode, you guys. Theater mode is an awesome feature, but it's not very popular because there's a theory out there that theater mode actually lags the game when you're playing in multiplayer, which I don't know if that's actually true at all. It doesn't really make any sense in my opinion, but I mean, that's just a theory out there. But you know, I love theater mode, you guys. Theater mode is an amazing game mode for just looking back at old games. You can also look at old zombie games too. Like, you can just go back into zombies and like just do these certain things. I don't know, it's just, you can take screenshots, you can make game clips and post them on like the community and stuff like that. You know, I did that all the time in Black Ops 2, and I always posted like these funny moments of like during in zombies, like with theater mode. So you know, theater mode is coming here at number 8 because I just really enjoy it. So let's move on here to number 7. At number 7, I have combat records, because you cannot have a Call of Duty game without combat records. I just absolutely love the combat records. I check it like literally every time I get done playing a multiplayer match. You know, the combat records are awesome. It shows how much average score per minute you get, your average KD, your win-lose percentage, all these kind of different stats, like what's your most used weapon, how many kills you got with a certain weapon, how many headshots you got with that certain weapon, your average KD with that certain weapon. Like, you know, I just love the combat record. It just tells you everything. It keeps track of everything you do in a multiplayer match, and this is a feature I hope they have in every single Call of Duty game, because you know, in Infinite Warfare we had to wait a couple months after the official release of the game to actually get our combat record, which was completely dumb. I don't know why they did that. You know, a combat record should be available to you right when the game comes out, but you know, the combat record's an awesome feature. It keeps track of every single stat you do in a game, which is awesome. They also even added a combat record into zombies, which is cool as well. You know, I mean, like the zombies isn't as special as multiplayer in my personal opinion, but the heck, it's getting kind of popular now to where they're putting in zombies. So anyway, that's why I have it here at number 7, because you can't have a Call of Duty game without a combat record. So anyway, let's move on to number 6. At number 6, I am going with the firing range feature from Advanced Warfare, and it's also in Modern Warfare Remastered, and it will also be in Call of Duty World War II. But the firing range feature, to actually get to this feature, what you have to do is go to one of your created classes in multiplayer, and then you press the start button over that created class. And remember, this is only in the main menu. You cannot do this in the middle of a game. And so once you're over that created class, press the start button and it'll bring you into this little target practice room where you can like shoot targets with the weapon you just chose with that created class, which I think is awesome. You know, the cool thing about this feature is that when you unlock a new gun that you've never used before and you don't know how it's going to perform in game, so before you actually get into a multiplayer match, go into the firing range and try out the weapon yourself. See how it feels before you actually start giving it a go against real people. You know, make sure you know if it's semi-automatic, a burst fire type weapon, or semi-automatic, right? You know, just try and test out the weapon in firing range before you actually go into a multiplayer match. I just love this feature so much, and the best part is that it brings you into this little target practice room, and it takes literally like no loading time at all to actually get there. It like instantly, it just brings you right into the firing range, which I just think is awesome. It's a really cool feature, and I really hope they continue it with the rest of the Call of Duty games in the future after Call of Duty World War II. At number 5, I am going with a hidden nuke killstreak in Call of Duty. You know, not very many Call of Duty games actually feature the hidden nuke killstreak in its multiplayer, but in Modern Warfare 3, the hidden killstreak in that game was the Moab, which of course is a nuclear bomb, right? Same with Call of Duty Ghost. The Chemstrike was a nuclear bomb. The DNA bomb from Advanced Warfare was also a nuke, basically. I mean, yeah, pretty much was a nuke. But then, of course, we also have the tactical nuke from Modern Warfare 2, but it's not really a hidden killstreak in that game. That's actually a killstreak you can apply. You actually have to apply yourself. And then the deatomizer strike from Infinite Warfare, I mean, it's not really a hidden kill streak in that game. It's actually, the only way to earn it is by having certain weapon prototypes, which is absolutely dumb in my opinion. But the whole point is that I think a hidden nuke kill streak is a cool feature in Call of Duty because it feels so satisfying when you actually earn it. And even if you don't earn it and like someone on your team earn it, or even on someone on the enemy team drops it on your team, it's still pretty impressive, right? You still think to yourself, holy crap, that guy just got themselves well as the hidden Nuke Killstreak, right? Even if they're on the enemy team, you still give them props from like actually getting themselves that nuke, you know? Like, it's a very impressive kill streak to earn because it's not easy to get, you know? It's a 25 gun streak, right? That is not easy to do. But anyway, I am going with number 5 with the hidden nuke kill streak, so let's move on here to number 4. At number 4, I am going with Prestige Mode because you cannot have a Call of Duty game without Prestige Mode. It just does not work that way, you know? The cool thing about Prestige Mode is that you can start it over like you're from level 1 or whatever, only you get a permanent unlock token, so you get to unlock like a weapon or a perk that you unlock at level 30 or 40 or something, so that way you can keep it for the entire rest of the game. No matter how many times you Prestige moving forward, it'll just be permanently unlocked. And of course, you get a cool emblem next to your gamer tag so you can show it off when you're playing in multiplayer matches and such like that. But of course, recently, after we reached Master Prestige, they also add like 1,000 levels in Black Ops 3, including Modern Warfare Remastered as well, which I think 1,000 levels is absolutely ridiculous. But you know, prestiging is such a core feature in Call of Duty, and of course it's one of the best features because it's something that everybody tries to do. Everybody tries to try and reach Master Prestige. I mean, not everybody, but there's a lot of people out there who are always aiming for Master Prestige like myself, and it's just such a fun thing to do because, you know, without Prestige mode in Call of Duty, it would be kind of boring just staying at the same old level, unless it was like Battlefield where you can just level up continuously, just like however long you want, which I think is kind of boring. I think prestiging is an awesome feature in Call of Duty because it adds more variety to the game and it just makes you want to keep playing over and over again, and that's why it's here at number 4. At number 3, I am going with field orders from Call of Duty Ghosts because, you know, field orders to me were a really cool feature and very unique feature in Call of Duty because it was only featured in Call of Duty Ghosts. So how field orders worked was that the first enemy who dies in a multiplayer match would drop this blue briefcase called a field order, and anybody could pick it up, and once you picked it up, you'll actually earn this like random challenge. So if you complete that challenge, then you'll actually be able to get yourself a care package. You call that care package in, and sometimes you might get yourself like some random kill streak like a normal care package does, right? But sometimes you might actually get the map kill streak that's certain for that map. So like you'll get certain kill streaks that are only specifically for that map. For example, the map Fog, which is a DLC map in Call of Duty Ghosts, you could actually become Michael Myers. If you ever watched the movie Halloween, the like killer in that movie is named Michael Myers, wearing a white mask, and he runs around with like an axe or a knife or whatever, and you can run around the map Fog and be Michael Myers and start meleeing a bunch of people with an axe. And not to mention, the Halloween theme song music will start playing once you're Michael Myers. You can also become the Predator from like the Alien vs Predator movies or just the Predator movies in general, right? You actually become a alien Predator, and you can turn invisible if you stay still. You can shoot enemies, and you can also melee enemies as that character. Now once you die as the Predator, you like set this device on your arm off, so that way a nuke will go off and everybody on the enemy team will die, which is actually my personal favorite map kill streak when it comes to field orders in Call of Duty Ghosts. But yeah, like, I love field orders. They were super unique in the Call of Duty franchises, and I really wish that they brought them back in Infinite Warfare, but they didn't. But we do have missions team in Infinite Warfare which are pretty similar to field orders, but in all honesty, field orders were great, you guys, because just the simple fact that like certain maps had just like this rare kill streak that was only meant for that map, like Michael Myers, the Predator, and even on Strike Zone, if you're playing Strike Zone, the kill streak you might get out of the care package on that map might be even the Chem Strike, which of course was like the nuke in that game, right? And the cool thing about it is that once you set off the Chem Strike on the map Strike Zone, it will actually change the layout of the map, and it will like look completely differently, which is absolutely insane. So yeah, I really love field orders. Just simple fact is that you will get like this really cool kill streak that was just certain for that map, which I just thought was probably like the best feature in Call of Duty Ghosts in my opinion. But anyway, I'm just putting it there at number 3 as one of the best features in Call of Duty. So let's move on here to number 2. Dark Matter Camo from Black Ops 3, or Black Sky Camo from Infinite Warfare, or Exclusion Zone Camo from Modern Warfare Remastered. Now, the one thing that all 3 of these camos have in common is that the only way to earn them is if you get gold camouflage for all the weapons in the game. Now, no other Call of Duty game has done this before Black Ops 3, so the cool thing about this feature is that you earn yourself an awesome looking camouflage after completing every single gold camouflage for every single weapon that's in the game, excluding, of course, weapons in supply drops. Now, to me, this feature is awesome. I really like this feature. The one reason why I really like this feature. Actually, there's two reasons why I really like this feature. For one reason is that it actually shows you accomplish something very, very big in the game. Once you get all gold camouflages, you can show off this other camouflage that shows that you completed every gold camo in the game, which is of course really cool. But another thing, this is actually the main reason why I really like the idea of dark matter camo, is because it actually brings players to use every single gun in the game. You know, there's so many Call of Duty players out there that just stick with the same weapons. You know, in some Call of Duty games there's only a few weapons that totally outgun the rest of the guns in the game, you know. But Black Ops 3 actually had pretty good weapon balance in my personal opinion, and I think in that game, by adding dark matter camo, it convinced everybody else to actually try and aim for dark matter camo by using other weapons than just the same old two weapons they use like in every other Call of Duty game, right? So I think dark matter camo is such an awesome feature just because it makes players use different guns than what they're used to using, you know. It makes them actually want to earn dark matter camo and try to accomplish something other than just trying to run around and using the same old powerful guns and like just all the time, you know, because I check people's combat records in Black Ops 3 and previous Call of Duty games, and some people just stick with the same two weapons the entire game through Master Prestige, and it's completely ridiculous. But with dark matter camo feature, or Black Sky, whatever it's going to be called, with that feature added into the game, it makes more players in fact use more weapons to try a different variety and change up the game the way they play, which I just think is amazing, and that's why it's here at number 2, but it does not beat the number 1 feature here on this video. Paint shop mode from Black Ops 3, you guys. Of course, paint shop mode is going to be the number 1 feature in Call of Duty history. In my personal opinion, I really do believe paint shop mode is the best feature Call of Duty has ever had, because, you know, paint shop mode, it's like putting an emblem. Like, you remember we have emblem creator, which of course Black Ops 3 also has emblem editor, but it's like having emblem editor and putting it on your gun. You're not putting it like on your player card or whatever, you're actually putting it on your weapon. You can put it on both sides of the weapon, and you can put it on top of your weapon, which is absolutely insane. It's in a way, it's kind of like making your own camouflage, only of course paint shop mode doesn't actually cover the entire weapon itself, and it has no effect of how the game is played, you know. It just makes your gun look cool, and I just think paint shop mode is awesome. There are so many artists out there who have done like so much hard work on paint shop mode and have done some amazing creations to what kind of paint shop things they can come up with, you know. I love paint shop, you guys. You know, paint shop, nothing can beat this mode at all. Like, this is the best feature I think Call of Duty has ever had in history, and hopefully Treyarch's next Call of Duty game actually continues to have paint shop mode, because this is seriously one great feature, you guys. Just creating your own emblem or camouflage, whatever you want to call it, on your own weapon. That is just awesome. No other Call of Duty game has ever done something like this before, so I'm hoping Treyarch's next Call of Duty game will actually have this feature. But that is it, you guys. I really hoped you enjoyed this video. This is my top 10 best features in Call of Duty history video. My very first top 10, actually, which is quite exciting, you know, and I think I did a really good job on this video, and I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to leave a comment down below if there's any features in this video that I did not mention that you felt like should have been on this list. And also, if you guys really did enjoy the video, don't forget to leave a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you really want to see some more Call of Duty videos later in the future, personally just by me. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I shall catch you guys later.